Good afternoon, KELOLAND. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We have sunshine. Temperatures are in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Currently 44 in Sioux Falls, 46 in Pierre, 51 in Rapid City, and 37 in Faith. The forecast for this afternoon, sunshine. You see the numbers in the 50s today with southerly winds. I'll have more details on your forecast coming up as we begin midday in KELOLAND.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, midday in KELOLAND.
Local volunteers take up a new space to help their dedication to honoring veterans. Plus,
President Biden addresses the nation about the election. I'm Natalie Brand at the White House with how he and President-elect Donald Trump are preparing for the transition.
good afternoon and thanks for having us in. One person died and another was seriously hurt in a head-on crash 2 miles west of Rapid City. The Highway Patrol says a 44-year-old man was driving a car in the wrong direction on Interstate 90 on Wednesday night and hit a pickup head-on. The man driving the car died in the crash. The 56-year-old man who was driving the pickup has life-threatening injuries. 2 bars failed alcohol compliance checks performed by the Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office. According to a news release, 43 businesses were checked on Wednesday to see if they'd sell alcohol to minors. Out of the 43 checked, 41 passed. Chasers Bar of Sioux Falls and Buffalo Ridge Brewing of Hartford were the only 2 businesses to fail the compliance check. Local volunteer woodworkers have a larger space to pursue their passion of honoring veterans. The nonprofit Veterans Honored Interment has moved into new headquarters on the west side of Sioux Falls. The new location will allow volunteers to build and store even more wooden coffins and urns for military veterans.
Right now, we get to a point where you can only build so many and you're out of storage. Well, we can continue that now into, greater numbers where we can store more and help more veterans.
Demand for the coffins and urns has grown since the State Veterans Cemetery opened in Sioux Falls. And tonight's on KELOLAND, find out why these volunteers feel a special connection to the veterans with each coffin they build tonight at 10 Central Time. In weather, we're still looking like we'll get some rain this weekend, right, Scott?
We do. Probably for the first half of the weekend is our best chance to see the rain becoming dry on Sunday with clearing skies. Friday is looking dry too. Of course, that's tomorrow, today being Thursday. We are looking at temperatures this morning. These are the low temperatures we had this morning. Look at western South Dakota, Rapid City, down to 14 degrees. That's the coldest temperature so far this season. We are still to see some areas fall to the teens in central or eastern KELOLAND, or shall I say most areas still waiting to fall to the teens into those locations as we are at or even beyond our average first teen for the season. So we'll continue to follow that story as we do go forward. But yeah, cold start to the day in western South Dakota. This is Watertown. Watertown had fog for this morning. Right now, clear skies, sunshine, temperature at 41. West wind at 14 miles per hour. We do have high pressure just to our south in Nebraska. That will continue to move to the east. As it does, you'll have southerly winds, which may be on the increase for some of us. As we have a look here at Mobridge, plenty of sunshine overhead, already with that south wind of 13 miles per hour. Mobridge temperature is at 46 degrees. As you see, we're at 42 in Aberdeen, 47 in Huron, 48 Mitchell, 47 Sioux Falls, and Yankton, 46 in Marshall. So you see our southerly winds in central South Dakota. And we also have those southerly winds just beginning in southeastern KELOLAND. A lot of these speeds coming in around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Every now and then we do have that wind gust coming in that 20 and even low 30 mile per hour range. Sisseton with that wind gust at 31. Forecast for today, the sunshine will continue. Temperatures will reach the upper 40s to the middle 50s for afternoon highs. And our forecast for this coming weekend, we're looking at that rain chance on Saturday, dry skies on Sunday. Temperatures, of course, with the clouds and the rain around, they'll be cool for the first half of the weekend, but we'll warm once that sun comes out on Sunday with temperatures returning to the 50s, and some of us may hit 60 degrees on Sunday. I'll have more details on your KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast coming up.
Sounds good. Thank you, Scott. A fast-moving wildfire fueled by heavy winds is tearing through a community northwest of Los Angeles. The fire continues for a second day after destroying dozens of homes and forcing thousands of residents to flee when it exploded in size in only a few hours. The mountain fire has prompted evacuation orders for more than 10,000 people as it threatens 3,500 structures in suburban communities, ranches, and agricultural areas. Officials in several Southern California counties have urged residents to be on watch for fast-spreading blazes, power outages, and downed trees. Former President Donald Trump's projected win to the presidency has many in Minnesota wondering what next steps would be for Democratic vice presidential candidate Tim Walz. Vice President Kamala Harris gave her concession speech yesterday afternoon. Though Walz did not speak at the event, he was asked what was next as he left the rally. His reply, Minnesota. Walz returned to his state last night and plans to continue to serve his second term as governor of Minnesota. Peggy Flanagan, who would have stepped into the governorship had Walz's ticket won, will remain lieutenant governor. Work has already begun to transition from a Biden-Harris White House to a Trump-Vance administration. For President-elect Donald Trump, the move back in also involves significant legal baggage. CBS's Natalie Brand is at the White House with more.
President Biden addressed the country from the Rose Garden Thursday, looking to the future.
Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans.
In her speech Wednesday, Vice President Kamala Harris conceded the election and promised a smooth transition.
We will engage in a peaceful transfer of power.
President-elect Donald Trump's transition team is already at work in West Palm Beach under the leadership of former WWE President Linda McMahon. It also includes familiar faces like Trump's two older sons and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. President Biden has already called Trump and extended an invitation for a meeting at the White House to discuss the transition. As for the former president's legal troubles, CBS News has learned the Department of Justice and Special Counsel Jack Smith's office are discussing how to wind down the federal cases against Trump. The DOJ has a long-standing policy against prosecuting a sitting president. One of the pending cases centers around January 6th and efforts to subvert the transfer of power after the 2020 election.
Logically and legally, it'd be hard to prosecute the person who's running it all.
Trump will enter the White House with a Republican-controlled Senate, possibly a House too, with some of those races still being decided. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Still ahead, Stellantis plans a massive